William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, the McRib is back!
I swear. We just went over this the other one.
Wait, this is the first time we're talking about the McRib on this channel, okay? This is the first recorded instance of the McRib due to upload schedule, alright? Wait, as the time of this recording, the McRib is back, alright? I love the McRib. They should bring, after bringing back the McRib, they should bring back Szechuan sauce, okay?
Oh my god, we just went over this.
What do you mean? God. Went over what? This is the first time we're talking about the McRib and the Szechuan sauce on this here. Hey, I've been waiting all year for that's the only thing that brings me joy every year now. It's the McRib, all right? All right. Wait. This will save society, all right? The McRib, okay? Right.
Sure.
As of right now, the McRib will cure the coronavirus, all right? Within the McRib is the vaccine, all right? That will turn us into vampires, okay? Oh, by the way, we're still on that narrative, by the way. Even though we're still on that narrative. Even though technically, due to uploads, this is the first time we're bringing up the narrative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Hey, I hope in the future there isn't any vampires walking around, right? In this established narrative that we created.
Austin, I think I have something to tell you, okay?
What?
Well, look, vampires do walk among us, Austin.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Vampires walk among us, and
is it Viacom Is it Viacom executive? First time we're missing Viacom on his channel, by the way. First time.
It's just like the vampires fucking come to you, say subscribe or become a vampire today.
Subscribe to CBS All Access, where four of our original programmings are just Star Trek shows.
But I don't even like Star Trek, you say? Well, too bad. Learn or you'll become a blood bank or whatever. I don't know, man.
Yeah. And now eat this McRib. Eat this McRib. The vampire just tells you to eat the McRib.
Oh my god. That's your subscription fee? Just to eat the McRib? With a healthy side of Szechuan sauce?
No, yeah, that's right. That's Szechuan sauce, yeah. Yeah, so it's Szechuan sauce, too. Yeah, so as we clearly established, this is the first documentation of us talking about the vaccine and vampires, all right? Right. So with that vaccine, I hope none of us get turned into vampires in the future, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You see, I know what you.
Well, here's the worst thing about being a vampire: you can't eat the McRib. Okay. That's the worst thing if I ever become a vampire.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. They can't eat regular food. Yeah, that's
no, they can't taste. Vampires can't taste food. It's established within vampire canon. Why do you think they drink blood? Because there's no taste in blood. They're like, ooh,
what?
Yeah.
No, that's not exactly how it goes. What are you talking about?
That's how it goes, William. I'm pretty sure that's how as an expert on ghosts, all right, I know how vampire works, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Just like how if I was a Viacom executive, I would know how to handle the wishes of Steven Hildenberg if he dies about SpongeBob spinoffs.
Oh my god.
No one's gonna understand these jokes for like another 3 months. That's
okay.
But back to what I was saying. The McRib is back. Oh, society is saved. We can now enjoy peace on Earth because of the McRib. All right, we can finally take in the moment of happiness and bliss in these dark times before everyone transforms into vampires. Okay, this is the last thing people are going to enjoy before the vampire epidemic happens and we all become vampires.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jesus, man. Fucking. This is just gonna be a thing with you now, isn't it?
Well, no, that's how I'm gonna talk about the McRib. This is the only time it's ever gonna come up.
Okay. So
this is the only time the McRib exists.
Here's the thing, Austin, because you remember, if the McRib is canon, okay, then what happened to the McRib in all the future videos?
Oh, it does. It's gone because remember, this is the only time the McRib is back. In the future, it's gone. All right. After us recording, the McRib is done for. There is no more McRib. This is the only time for us to enjoy the McRib. All right.
Okay. All right.
Remember, the only thing we have established in our canon for the future is that vampire exists. Okay. Is that we are living in a vampire society. Okay.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's right. Because remember. Hey, wait. I've seen those Facebook posts. I saw what they said. Vaccine caused vampire Vampirism, alright?
Calls vampirism.
That's
Really?
right. That's right. I saw Borat, alright? But Borat stole my source of information, apparently, as I established at some point.
Wait, what do you mean apparently? Don't you know? Shouldn't you know?
Look. It's hard to determine what in Borat was real and what wasn't real, alright?
Oh my god, okay. Fine.
From
Fair enough.
Borat, I clearly established vaccine is what caused us to become vampires, okay? So even as we speak, as they head at the coronavirus vaccine, they're also heading at the vampire vaccine, alright?
God, man.
Or the vampire, whatever the fuck it's called. Hey, we unironically should talk about I Am Legend at some point, to be honest.
I mean, we can put that on the list. We do have plenty of other movies.
Yeah, we got time. Just like how Christopher Nolan has enough time to talk about how much he hates HBO Max because he's not getting any money from it.
God, that's so fucking funny. Oh my god, he's always been so pompous about his shit.
I think he's a great director. He's made great movies, all right?
Yes,
hey,
I agree too.
How long is he gonna act extremely pretentious and up his own ass?
I mean, as long as we keep watching his movies, which will be forever.
Okay, damn, how many more movies is he going to make? Is he gonna pull a Quentin Tarantino and only make 8 movies, or is he just gonna keep making enough movies so that he can cause enough people to go die?
Jesus, man! Like I was really surprised at his attitude toward this whole thing, man.
Whenever Christopher Nolan wants people to go to the movie theaters and die while watching his movies. All right, okay.
God, man.
That's right.
It's also really presumptuous of him to think that he can save theaters
what
like
caused the vampire to have the vaccine or Christopher Nolan?
No, Christopher Nolan, okay?
Caused the vampire uprising?
Yes, no, Christopher Nolan is a vampire, okay?
Oh, Christopher Nolan is a vampire, Jesus.
Hot take. Christopher Nolan, being a vampire, wanted more vampires, so he created the pandemic to sell off his vaccine, okay?
Oh, that's not how it works.
Yeah, and so with the vaccine, he's gonna make more vampires.
Oh.
You see? It's all part of his end game, Austin.
Well, hey, so here's the thing about Tenet. I don't know if I'm an idiot who only enjoys Transformer movies where they go boom, right? But is this movie confusing as fuck?
Like, at first it wasn't, because at first it was like, okay, just accept that only objects are inverted, right? And it's like, okay, that's interesting, right? And then it's just like, then they ask you to imagine, because the thing is, just to clarify, in Tenet, it's a time travel movie, but not in the way you expect.
Yeah, it's not your traditional time travel movie like Looper, or Back to the Future, or I Am Legend, right?
Yeah.
I Am Legend, time travel movie. It's a documentary about the future, by the way.
Yeah, and so it basically takes this interesting concept of what if the only objects that technically travel through time are either objects or people, and by doing that, it's only by reversing what they say their entropy, right?
Yeah,
which is
yes,
I think
and real word, which I am definitely not looking up the Wikipedia definition of as of right now.
I as well.
Yes, we are big expert on Ant P. All right, big expert. I've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. All right.
Oh my god. I mean, it's just like it says here, as in with physics, for a definition. Read it to you. I know it's Christopher Nolan makes me have to do this, man. But like, it says here, it's a thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work, often interpreted as the degree of disorder or randomness in the system. Or the easier definition they give is lack of order or predictability, gradual decline into disorder. Which is it's a bit interesting to kind of think on. Because it's essentially like it's like, because the way I would see it is like if you take a solid and then it's just like a solid is like maybe when it's cold, it's like there's a lack of entropy, I would say. Yeah. Because there's a lack. No. There is not a lack, but there is entropy. There is entropy. Okay. Right. Okay. Because no, wait, hold on. I'm confusing myself. I'm very
Okay,
sorry.
hey, can we
Nolan
get
does
Kevin Feige to make a Marvel movie about this to make us understand?
Okay, no, fair enough. But okay, back to my original statement, and I'm very sorry about this.
Okay, your original analogy, all right?
Because
because I'm
it
listening
says
to your original analogy right now.
it says entropy is a lack of order or predictability. So
Oh, okay.
if you have a solid like an ice cube, right?
Yeah, ice cube.
There is no entropy, right?
Okay.
But in terms of changing that state, like heating it up, right? It turns into a liquid, and and so the matter is kind of like just kind of messing around and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's starting to lack order and predictability in that sense. And when it becomes a gas, even more so, right? That's kind of how I interpret it. It's like you can kind of measure it through the states of change.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess because of that, if they invert entropy, I think it means it's like things go back into a certain order, you know. So I guess in that sense, it kind of it's a little confusing, and it's like it really is. But in terms of this movie, in some sense, you kind of have to let go and not look too deep into it.
Okay.
Which is kind of the thing you have to do with time travel movies anyway. Because if you start thinking about time travel, it's gonna fuck with your head.
Yeah.
You know? And even here, it's kind of like, well, how? But
Well, I missed it. I missed back to the simpler time of time travel. Back when all we had to do was go in time and not fuck our mom. I missed the simpler time. All right.
Oh my
if Marty
God.
McFly could teach me anything, that's the one thing I would take away from it. All right. All right.
Okay.
But what happened to those times? What happens to those simple times? How did we end up in this fucking entropy timeline? All right.
Christopher Nolan was born.
Is that the break? Is that the downfall of society? If we were to trace back human history, right? Is that the exact moment? As soon as Christopher Nolan was born, that's when society went down. Not because of the sexual assault from the McRib, but because of Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I mean, with my theory, this could be a yes, Austin. It really could be. But before we get too deep into this, because I think we're gonna get a little deep into this, and it's gonna get confusing because it was confusing for me and it was confusing for you, Austin.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be confusing for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a movie that I feel like I have to rewatch again afterwards.
When I was watching, I was with it, right? I was like, "Oh yeah, I understand," right? At some point in this movie, I don't know where in this movie, at some point in the timeline, it just went off. I was like, "Huh," and I was like, I don't know where it went off, and I'm too afraid to go back in time to figure it out. All right, I'm too afraid to kill Hitler now. All right, like I don't know if killing Hitler would make me understand this movie. Or,
I mean,
or if I go back in time and don't buy the McRib, it would help me make me understand this movie more. All right, that's the timeline right now.
I mean, Austin. Technically, if you did go back in time and kill Hitler, technically Hitler is like. From what we know, Hitler did kill himself, but what if he didn't and you did it, and then because of that, you had to go back to ensure he dies.
No.
What if you're the reason why Hitler dies?
Oh, what if I'm the one that killed Hitler?
Yeah, what if you were the one who killed Hitler, Austin?
Okay,
because remember what happened.
But do I buy the McRib if I go back in time? Is the main question.
No, you see, here's the thing, Austin.
Okay.
Hitler was keeping the secret recipe for the McRib secret. Okay.
Hitler had the recipe for the McRib. Oh.
Yeah, and you're going back in time saved us from having a lack of McRib. Okay?
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes, that's how it works. You're just
and
saving
then
humanity,
it's all
Austin.
film on 70mm film stock.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna film your escapade, and we'll show the world that you were in fact the hero of humanity, Austin.
No, I was the protagonist.
Yes, you were the protagonist, Austin.
Hey, something real quick. John David David Washington, really good actor. You know what? You know what I found out?
Yeah.
He's the son of Denzel Washington.
You know, I feel like I should have known that by the last name.
No, but here's the problem. I don't trust people with similar last name in Hollywood, all right?
Yeah, that's true, because they just change it.
Because you have Danny Glover and Donald Glover, right? No one related, right? Right? Or George Miller and Ezra Miller, right? Non-related anyway, right? So I was like, man, this John David Washington, pretty good actor. I really enjoy him. So I went to his Wikipedia page and just started reading. It's like son of Denzel. I was like, what? He's the son of Denzel Washington? Holy fuck! And
That's
Denzel
fucking
Washington,
insane.
pretty good actor. I like Denzel. I could always enjoy a Denzel Washington film.
Yeah, he's very good, and so
Yeah.
to see that his son is also kind of getting to be very good is also really
Yeah, I
It's
really
good. It's
enjoy
like- it's
John
like-
David Washington.
yeah. It's like if there's a movie that has him in it, I think I'll watch it just for him.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get any more into it, I should, as always, read the plot synopsis that is provided to us by the Wikipedia.
Okay, and at some point we will understand this through the Wikipedia plot.
The thing is, I like when you read the plot synopsis. The thing is, I understood these things happen. I think it's not the fact that we understand that these things we understand that these things did happen. We just don't entirely understand how. I think that's the problem. And it's also comes down to the fact that like Nolan's editing also like doesn't really help him in this case.
I do like the effects that happens throughout this movie that was done. Like,
No,
I
no,
really
yeah.
did enjoy all the time travel stupid bullshit when they were like when everything was going back. I was trying to figure, all right, how the fuck does all this shit works, right?
Yeah,
I did
it's
enjoy that shit.
It's just like when those things happen, you can kind of just enjoy it, and it's just like you don't have to think about it. But the thing is, it's just like understanding the how really fucks with you if you just insist on doing that throughout the movie. It's best that you watch it to enjoy it, and then afterwards on a second rewatch, try to understand it if you want.
Yeah, like,
But-
maybe we're just too stupid to understand Christopher Nolan's genius.
Look,
All
man,
right.
look,
Maybe
after-
we should start the coronavirus to understand it. All right.
No. It's too late, Austin. He's already started it.
He
remember?
already started. How are people supposed to go to theaters now?
Look, man. I mean, to be fair, if he just went red, you know, he could have convinced a whole bunch of Reds to like fucking go and watch the movie. I guess.
You're right. Jesus fucking Christ.
But
I like how we all of a sudden set up Christopher Nolan as an antagonistic force when it's in our stupid lore right now.
it's funny because it's like he's the antagonist, but we just also made you the protagonist, Austin. You realize this, right?
Oh no!
You're gonna see.
Do I have to kill Christopher Nolan now to stop him?
Look, you go back in time like Hitler knew the secret to stopping Christopher Nolan. Okay.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Christopher Nolan.
Wait, so you think that Hitler had both the McRib recipe and the secret to stopping Christopher Nolan?
No, but here's the thing, Austin. Here's
Okay.
the other secret, okay?
Okay.
Christopher Nolan also puppeteered World War II.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
You see, he tried once, Austin.
Wait. At some point, I need to get a whiteboard so I can timeline this shit out because this is getting really fucking confusing. I need to understand the
just
entropy.
like Tenet.
I need to
Just like
understand the
Tenet.
entropy of the McRib recipe. All right.
Anyway, it's like he sent the McRibs as a physical algorithm back in time or something, and you had to collect it to figure out the way to stop Christopher Nolan.
Maybe the McRib recipe is what contains the equation. All right.
It contains the equation to stopping Christopher Nolan, Austin. That's why you went back in time to.
Hold on.
How
I
did
need
it go so off the rails already?
I need to hold on. That's the name of this episode, by the way. The McRib will stop Christopher Nolan.
It's so good. Oh my god. Okay, I need a drink of water after that, man.
Well, I write down this one too.
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking. Yeah, at some point we have to read the Wikipedia synopsis, right? At some point, right?
Yeah, we'll do it right now before we get distracted otherwise, okay?
Yeah.
So, here's the plot synopsis. A CIA agent, the protagonist, which I also found interesting in the fact that they just don't name the main character. But
Yeah,
they name
it
everyone
occurred
else.
to me too when I was reading the Wikipedia after watching. I was like, they really don't name him at any point. They really don't say he doesn't. Like everyone else has a name in this movie except the protagonist. They just I was thinking after I watched it and I read, I was like, did he really not say his? Because I know he said other character's name, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he says plenty of other characters' names.
Yeah, but
It's
then
just-
I was thinking, does anyone ever say his name in this movie? Right? That was the thing.
Yeah, it was really weird. But I mean, it's like it's fine. It's just like
I
just found that
understand.
like
Yeah, I found that to actually be amazing. The fact that no one ever at any point say his name, even though everyone kept talking to him throughout the movie. You know, like I was like, oh, I guess we're never gonna say like because I felt like they said his name, but apparently they never said his name.
yeah, no, it's very interesting. But so. A CIA agent, the protagonist, participates in an undercover operation at a Kiev opera house. His life is saved by a masked soldier with a
That's
distinctive
Christopher
red
Nolan
trinket.
money, by the way. Only Christopher Nolan can get the money to film at an opera house and do that.
Yeah, exactly. Who unfires a bullet through a hostile gunman. So, after seizing an artifact, the protagonist is captured by mercenaries. He endures torture before consuming cyanide. He awakens to learn the cyanide was a test of his loyalty. His team has been killed and the artifact lost. The protagonist is employed by a secret organization called Tenet. Their scientist shows him bullets and other objects with inverted entropy that allows them to move backwards through
Yes, that
time.
word we keep talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
entropy.
I
Yes.
think I kind of now understand after thinking about it a bit. I think it's just like they were like in reversing entropy when you return it to its original state, because when it from its original state like a state like a bullet, when it fires through, the lack of it no longer it's no longer in its original state. And unpredictability and chaos essentially affects the gun, right? Because gunpowder or whatever.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's just like it's essentially returning an object into its where it's supposed to be beforehand. I think that's essentially the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I thought about that a little bit, that makes a lot more sense now. So, with inverted entropy that allows them to move backwards through time. She says they were made in the future, and in parentheses, the detritus of a coming war. End parentheses. And a weapon exists that can wipe out the past. Aided by a local contact, Neil, the protagonist traced the bullets to arm dealer Priya Singh. He discovers she is a member of Tenet. Her bullets were purchased and then time inverted by Russian oligarch Andrei Sator. The protagonist approaches Sator's estranged wife Kat, an art appraiser who unknowingly sold Sator a forged Goya drawing. Sator uses the drawing to blackmail her and keep her under his control. The protagonist plots to steal the drawing with Neil from a free port facility in an Oslo airport. There, they find a machine, a turnstile, and fend off two masked men. Priya explains that the turnstile can invert the entropy of objects and people, and the masked men were the same person.
Yeah.
In the Amalfi Coast, Kat introduces the protagonist to Sator, but learns the drawing is intact. The three go boating, and Kat attempts to drown Sator, but the protagonist saves him. The protagonist offers to help Sator retrieve a case he says contains plutonium-241. In Tallinn, the protagonist and Neil ambush an armored convoy and steal the case, which contains the artifact lost in Kiev. They are ambushed by an inverted Sator, who holds Kat hostage. The protagonist gives Sator an empty case and he retreats. The protagonist saves Kat, but is captured and taken to Sator's warehouse. The inverted Sator shoots Kat with an inverted round, while the normal Sator demands the location of the artifact. The protagonist gives him false information. Tenet operatives, led by Ives, rescue the protagonist while Sator escapes. The group take Kat through Sator's turnstile to invert her, reversing the effect of the round. The protagonist returns to the ambush site and chases Sator. His vehicle is overturned and Sator sets it on fire. The protagonist is saved by Ives' team again. Neil reveals he is a member of Tenet.
What a weird place to put that sentence. That's so fucking weird. Right?
The whole fact that he reveals he's a member of Tenet.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens around that point, but it is a little bit odd. But the protagonist and Neil travel back in time to the free port in Oslo. There, the protagonist fights his past self and enters the turnstile to revert himself, followed by Neil and Kat. Priya explains that the artifacts are parts of an algorithm Sator is assembling, capable of catastrophically inverting entropy. Kat reveals Sator is dying from pancreatic cancer. He will trigger the algorithm with a dead man switch, believing the world should die with him. Kat believes Sator will kill himself during their vacation in Vietnam when they were last happy together. The protagonist, Neil, Kat, and the Tenet forces invert back to that day so Kat can delay Sator's death while Tenet secures the algorithm. Tenet tracks the assembled algorithm to Sator's hometown of Stosk 12 in northern Siberia. In a temporal pincer movement, Red Team troops move forward in time while the Blue Team troops move backward. The protagonist and Ives are aided by a masked corpse of a Blue Team trooper with a trinket on his backpack after seeing him dying in reverse. In Vietnam, Kat boards Sator's yacht and kills him as the protagonist and Ives secure the algorithm. The protagonist, Neil, and Ives break up the algorithm and part ways. The protagonist notices the red trinket on Neil's rucksack. Neil reveals he was recruited by the protagonist years earlier, and this mission is the end of a long friendship. Priya attempts to have Kat assassinated, but is killed by the protagonist, who has realized he is the future mastermind behind Tenet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of the movie. So
yes.
This movie, so this is essentially what I got from the movie. The only problem is that it's a bit of a complicated subject to kind of wrap your head around, and the fact that this movie doesn't really give you enough time to kind of have you process and accept.
Wait, this movie's 2 hours and 30 minutes long. How do you not have enough time to understand the quantum physics of time travel? All right? Yeah. You think it's pretty easy to understand within a 2 hour and 30-minute span? All right?
Yeah, but a lot of it is probably just due to the fact of...
Do you not understand the temporal dispersion of time within a 2 hour, 30-minute lecture?
Look, Austin, just because you're the protagonist in Savior of Humanity doesn't give you this right to say this kind of shit to me, okay?
Hey, wait. Hey, you know what? Next time we're going to I'm going to take all your chairs and force you to stand up like Christopher Nolan, alright?
God! Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing! Oh my god! You see, he truly is a vampire, man.
What?
Look,
vampires don't stand.
No, you see, no, that's exactly, that's the thing. Look, no, because the thing is, he stands, and vampires. And look, I'm adding it in vampire lore now. Okay. No one else can look it up because I'm right and you're wrong.
You're just gonna redefine the vampire's lore.
No. Because here's the thing. Look, I'm right and I'm right. Nobody look it up because you're obviously wrong.
Okay, you're going to the Wikipedia page for vampires right now.
Exactly. Right now, look, tap.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, vampires cannot sit down.
Okay.
And for everyone else to feel his pain, he takes away their chairs. But it wasn't enough, Austin. He also had to orchestrate World War II and the pandemic, Austin. He had to orchestrate those.
Jesus Christ.
His hatred for mankind is
unbound.
Yeah, it's unbound and unrivaled. But okay, so here's the thing. Now the thing is, it used to be like where in previous movies, like his editing was fine because a lot of his movies beforehand were straightforward.
Yeah.
Right? They were very snappy, I think is the word I would look for for a Christopher Nolan film, where it's like they'll have a line said and then they'll just cut to the other character. He'll say a line, then they'll just cut to the other character to maybe do a reaction. Have you give you maybe like 2 or 3 seconds to see the reaction, and then just cut to the next scene. You know?
Yeah.
It's very fast and snappy. It's snappy. Maybe it's not the right word, but it's very fast. It cuts to the next scene and cuts to the next scene, especially in his action movies, right?
Yeah.
And so or action sections. That was what I should say, right? And that's fine. Like in The Dark Knight, like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. It's fine. Inception, it was fine. But the thing is,
yeah, that movie that I have definitely still have seen the ending of, by the way.
Oh my god. Because I forgot that was a thing.
Look, I'm gonna watch the ending of Inception one day, alright?
Look, at this point, Austin, here's the thing. You're never gonna finish it. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I'm saying this now, right before you watch the ending of Inception, we have to go back in time and stop Hitler. Okay?
Is that the loop? As soon as I get to the last act of Inception, I fall asleep and go back in time? Is that the trigger loop?
That's exactly what happens.
I'm still annoyed. I'm so annoyed because of that fact. That's how I did it for this Inception, by the way. It was literally in the last act when they're at the snow area, and I fell asleep at that moment. And then when I woke up, I'm like, in the movie. I was like, fuck, I missed it. I was like, I really don't want to go back.
So fucking funny.
Go back now because of that shit.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny though.
Look,
But,
I'm gonna
yeah,
finish. I am gonna finish fucking Inception one day at some point.
Yeah, you see, you believe it as well as I believe that.
Look, I believe as much
freaking-
just as Christopher Nolan believed in the movie going experience. Okay.
Oh my god, no. But oh my god, jeez. Anyway, that's why. Anyway, so, a big thing. It's like thing is, like with Inception, right? You have it's very. The thing is, the ideas were always straightforward, right? Now, like in the Prestige, it's like it's a magician rivalry type of thing, right? And it's like you get a little confused, but that was kind of the point because they have a twist that they kind of turn back on you, and then you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, okay, then things make sense. That was fine. Memento, it was again, you kind of understand that things were kind of moving in a very odd way, where they were kind of moving forward and backward at the same time until they meet the one point, and that's fine too, right?
Yeah.
Because again, it was a simple concept of you knowing that this man had, he has amnesia and he's trying to understand what happened, and then you see the events of his life that kind of take place during this time, and you start to piece together the mystery, and that was the point of that, right? And Dark Knight, it's very straightforward, Batman, his rise and his fall, right?
Yeah.
And so that's all. It's again very straightforward. Inception, it's not a complicated thing to understand.
Yeah, Inception, really easy to understand as long as you fucking don't fall asleep watching it.
Exactly, because the thing is, it's just like you go into a dream. He explains it very well. It's like, okay, this is the machine that puts you in the dream. This is, and
Yeah, here's your stupid dice and your coins and your stupid spinning top, where the fuck that thing called.
Yeah, and the fucking actually I don't remember what it was called, but whatever. The totem, right?
Yeah,
the
totem.
freaking totem. Yeah, and so that's fine and all, and that's like they established the rules and it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The thing here is though, it feels like one problem I will say is just like they have a lot to explain, but they give very little time to explain it, because I don't think there was a way for him to proproperly explain it in one go.
I think you're just too much an idiot. You don't understand the genius of Christopher Nolan's storytelling, all right? Maybe he explained it enough, but your small non-vampire brain could not comprehend the explanation, all right? Right? Maybe if society stops sitting in chairs, right? And start going to the movie theater where we sit in chairs to watch a movie, right? No, I just fucking realized that too. The only time society should be allowed to sit in a chair is when you go to a movie theater, okay? like every single chair on earth, remove. The only place where chairs now exist is in a movie theater, okay?
His master plan, Austin. I'm telling you, his master plan. But
well, where was I going with this again?
I have no idea, man. No, I think you're talking about tiny brains not understanding the concept.
Yeah, tiny brain not understand because if you were a smart brain, you will put in your contract that you only make your money from box office revenue, okay, and not from an actual paycheck, okay.
God, man, that was such a fucking thing. But I mean, the controversies of Nolan aside, right? and his very pompous.
Why is there no Wikipedia page for controversies of Christopher Nolan? I think that should be a section on his Wikipedia page.
But I mean, you could, but I don't think they'll stay, obviously. But a big thing is just like the thing is they have a very complicated thing that they had to set up, but with the way they kind of do this film, like it's a spy thriller film type of thing, right? It doesn't exactly lend itself to being able to explain it all in one sitting, because it has to go. Excuse me. They have to kind of like. They show, oh yeah, these weird things happen. It's a little odd, and then they, like in the one scene when they're explaining the inverted entropy, it's like she's basically, she literally says, don't try to understand it, just accept it, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, that's kind of my way of taking it. At first, you can do that, and yeah, it's like you can just accept it, right? But then the turnstiles come in later on, and it's another thing that they kind of had to kind of, like, you can accept that, oh yeah, you go through it, you know, you, it's like on one side they're reversed and the other side they're not. But it's also really confusing to kind of accept, because I think it's like we kind of accept that we can accept time travel as a thing.
Yes, that's right, because we all seen time travel movies, right?
Right. But the thing is, we never really explored the concept of like simply just an object or a person being traveling through time and having basically.
I thought we have.
No, like not the person themselves. At least not the way they do it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't recall a person themselves, because the thing is, if a person goes through time travel themselves, everything around them is affected in a way that we kind of go along with it. Yeah. But the thing is, while a person is traveling backwards in time, we are still going forward, right? Because and that's what's kind of really weird. And then you kind of see like they really quickly explain like, oh, you know, oxygen doesn't work on inverted lungs, so you have to bring your own oxygen set.
Yeah,
you know,
I like that. There were parts I really like that when they were explaining the laws of how the transformers like oh yeah, fire doesn't like apparently kill you or something, or ice or stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's a cool explanation, right? Like, well, yeah, if you go back in time, you can't breathe because the air is being sucked in you or some shit. So you have to bring your own air. Right? That was cool.
But but the thing is like it's hard to kind of wrap your head around, at least on a first viewing, and you want to really understand a Nolan film because it's kind of necessary, especially with this movie, right? Because it feels necessary, and it kind of is necessary because it's very integral to the plot. And so it's like on a second viewing, you will get it. As I'm kind of like, because the thing is, it's interesting because like the thing is, as I'm explaining it, I'm kind of starting to understand it a lot better. Yeah. But like on first viewing, I was confused. Yeah. I was
like most people. Hey, do you think this is all just part of Christopher Nolan's scam to keep getting people to go back to the movie theater to buy stupid movie theater ticket? Right? Do you think that's all just part of his master scam? Maybe is that why he keeps saying, "Hey, go contract the coronavirus in a pandemic," right? So because he wants you to watch this movie multiple times, so fucking idiots will pay tickets to go see it again, so that way he gets more money. I think that's all part of his long-term scam.
I mean,
I think I discovered it. I discovered it. All right, like the ultimate time travel heist. I have discovered Christopher Nolan's ultimate time money making plan is to make his movie super confusing, so people have to go and buy another ticket to see it again. So that way he gets more money.
Oh my God, Austin! You have to stop him now before he makes an even more confusing movie.
Oh, that's right.
Like right now.
Go. Hey, his next movie will be why the theater industry is a failing business. All right.
God.
As much as I love the theater experience, at some point we gotta acknowledge that that's a failing industry, right? That industry's bubble is gonna burst soon. Okay, and it wasn't, and not because of the coronavirus, obviously, but like in general, that's an industry that's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know. But, I mean, at least Warner Brothers is kind of, like, I mean, I know it's probably, like, something that they just kind of had to accept, and they probably didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. But not just because of the coronavirus, just in general, from a theater going, it's not a business that's gonna last into the future, honestly. I also believe, like, even if there wasn't a pandemic right now, like, I feel like in the future, this industry's gonna die. It's gonna really die. It's gonna become super niche. As streaming and shit becomes better, obviously, and everyone can own a 4K smart TV. As I talk while looking at my standard shitty ass 2009 Insignia television, I'm gonna get a real TV, a real HD smart 4K 4K Sony TV. Like, I don't need the movie theaters anymore, you know, right?
But like it's, I mean, theater industry aside, because I think it's I don't think it's gonna end. I think it's just gonna become a lot smaller because it's just like it'll definitely be like it's an expensive it's very expensive thing. I don't think they'll be able to do as much movies as they could before, and they're probably gonna downsize a lot, dude. But that's again another discussion for another time.
Don't worry. Friendship with movie theater and Universal ended. Now streaming service is Universal's best friend. Was it Universal? Is that who did the Trolls movie?
Yeah, Universal. Universal was like, man, we made so much, man. We are down with this. And then Warner Bros. Like, I guess so.
Who is Universal owned by Viacom? Universal's owned by Viacom, right?
No. Viacom. Now the thing is, if I remember correctly, Paramount owns Viacom. I want to say, because if you remember in the
it's owned by Comcast. It's owned by Comcast. Okay, never mind. Okay.
No, but wait. So does Paramount own Comcast, or is it like?
Like, let's see. So who owns Paramount then? Paramount.
Because Paramount is a movie company. Do they own Comcast too? Do Viacom? Or is it more like they have a shared thing with Viacom?
I think it might just be a Paramount. So let's see. So Viacom owns Paramount Pictures, okay? Which owns Nickelodeon and shit like that. Universal is owned by Comcast, which owns NBC. Which owns NBC and shit like that. Is it just a partnership or some shit they do? I don't understand the business. I don't understand the technological. Hey, maybe Chris Rowe can make a movie explaining corporations to me, all right? And why and why corporation is evil. And maybe he can throw some math formulas in there or some shit. You know, he put some stairs to show that these characters are walking up the stairs as a representation of the corporate greed system, right? Right? And film this on 70mm films, and Hans Zimmer's just there like doo-doo.
Oh, you know,
I just did the Law and Order sound for no fucking reason. It was the Law and Order sound.
Oh my god. Oh.
Jesus, fuck, how do we get to this?
I mean, it's a lot of just shitting on like fucking Nolan at this point, but or at least his shitty behavior. But interestingly enough, like when the movie was playing, it's another topic, but when the movie was playing, the music felt so different to me. You know.
Mm-hmm. Because you weren't listening in IMAX. That's the problem. You weren't in a movie theater.
Here's a legit thing. It wasn't Hans Zimmer.
Was it?
It wasn't Hans Zimmer who did the music for this. It was Ludwig Göransson.
Oh. Yeah.
Which I'm like very surprised at. I'm like, this is like, I like the music because I usually like the music from Nolan films. They're always really good. But like this one felt very different, right? I'm like, this is not Hans Zimmer's typical pattern with music, right? Yeah. Because his tends to be a bit more bombastic with the drums and horns and stuff. Yeah. This one was a lot less that. It's a little hard to describe music, at least for me. Mm-hmm. And Then I saw on the Wikipedia, it's like, oh, it's Ludwig Göransson. And it's like, now, just for, if you guys don't entirely know his discography, or I guess you could say.
Yeah.
He like, in recent memory, he has done the soundtrack for
Venom.
Did he?
Yeah, what does Wikipedia? Well, that's the only example you have to lean on. Venom. All right.
Okay, no, but he did it for.
Yeah, he did for The Mandalorian too. Yeah.
The Mandalorian, Black Panther.
Venom.
And Venom and Creed.
Don't forget Venom.
Yeah, and don't forget Venom. But yeah, he worked on a good number of stuff. But he's actually pretty good. Like he definitely stands out a lot more now than.
Speaking of Venom, real quick. Hey, when's that Morbius movie coming out? By the way, well, off topic, real quick. What happened to that Morbius movie? So is that
I have no idea, man.
Let's see. I think Morbius is scheduled to be released in the United States on March 13, 2021. Delay from its July. I think it was supposed to come out in July. I forgot. We forgot about this.
It's coming out July this year?
Yeah, apparently. God, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Well, I guess we can put that on the list for March.
I mean, wherever the fuck, God, I forgot. This movie's been done for a long ass time now. When did the trailer came out for this?
Oh god, is this about to become the mutants? The new mutants, I mean?
Oh, don't worry. Remember, Sony is desperate to release Marvel movies. No, because
That's very true.
Because they legally have to, or else they lose the Sony rights.
Oh yeah, that's a thing too.
They legally, right? Unlike the New Mutants, which could have been said, Sony legally has to be releasing Marvel movies, or else they'll lose their rights.
God, man. But
Let's see, filming of
so
Morbius ended in
Sony's problem
February.
at this point, but
Jesus Christ, yeah, this movie's just been done for a while now. Holy fuck. All right, okay. So enough about Morbius. Let's go back to Christopher Nolan, and how we're too stupid to understand his cinematic music.
Right. I mean, the thing. Oh god, the sound mixing is also a really. It's a big sticking issue at this point. But like fucking how would I go about explaining this? You had problems with Tom Hardy and how Bane and stuff. And then because it was such a bad issue, he had to like freaking do what was it called? ADR? I want to say it's ADR, right?
Yeah, ADR.
He had to do some ADR for that shit. And so and so that was like, but then even like you can kind of understand him a lot better now, but it's still a little eh. But it's like people were talking about the sound mix, and I'm like, it can't be that bad. And then I start noticing, it's like, wow, it actually is kind of that bad. And luckily, very luckily, I understood what they were saying because I downloaded subtitles for this movie.
Oh, as you stream this movie, because we support the streaming industry.
Okay, no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we support the streaming industry, not the movie theater industry. Okay. Right, take
Austin,
that, Christopher Nolan.
Austin, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Do you think you can edit that little bit just so that we don't get in trouble, just in case?
No, fuck, that's too much work.
No, I say this because Tenet's kind of a big thing.
Okay.
But whatever.
Okay. I'll definitely remember. I'm just gonna cut back to this.
I swear to God, Austin. Okay, fine. But the sound mixing is definitely an issue, and the subtitles do definitely help me understand what they're saying.
Yeah, because Christopher Nolan hates subtitles. He puts that on his list of things he hates.
Does he actually hate subtitles?
I actually don't know if he hates subtitles. But I'm just gonna imagine he has a list of stuff he hates, right? Right, and the top two thing is number one, chairs. He really hates chairs, right? And the second thing he puts down is subtitles.
Oh my God, man.
And then the third thing he puts out is non 70 millimeter films.
Oh my God.
Actually, I think that should be hold on, let's rearrange this. So first thing Christopher Nolan hates, right? Non 70 millimeter films, all right? If your movie isn't filmed in 70 millimeter, it's not a real movie, okay? That's the first thing, okay? So that's what I think. That's why that's like 99% of every single movie ever made, right? At that point.
Yeah, at that point, pretty much. Yeah.
Second thing, chairs. He hates chairs. Christopher, not a fan of chairs. It is said that in Christopher Nolan's own house, there is not a single chair in that house. He has never sat down on a chair, according to legend. Okay. And then the third thing, subtitles. Okay, because you can't put subtitle in a movie theater experience.
But excuse me. But I think another sound mixing is an obvious issue. You need subtitles to kind of understand it because it can be a little bad.
Yeah. I do like the music that's in this movie. I do like the sound in this movie though.
Music's fantastic. Music's fantastic.
Especially at the beginning.
Great. It's just the audio. At the beginning
with the opening of Heist. Are we calling it a heist? I really love the sound, the music they used for that. That was a very intense music that was going on. I was like, ooh, you can feel it. Like, ooh, boy, ooh. Okay, I don't know how long I was going for that.
Man. But no, yeah. The thing is, the sound is great. Audio mixing is an issue. And the concept is hard to wrap your mind around. But the thing is, other than that,
there was actually a Wikipedia page for a list of 70 millimeter films.
Oh my God. The thing is, but other than that, the concept's hard to wrap your mind around, and the editing is an issue because the editing doesn't exactly lend itself well to the action scenes, and you trying to wrap your mind around the concept at the same time. Because especially with the temporal pincer movement, it's a little hard to get real quick.
Hey, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man 2 was filmed on 70 millimeters. All right.
Wait, which Spider-Man 2? Is it Homecoming or
No,
Spider-Man
no, no,
2?
no. Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
the movie
The
industry
good
is saying.
Spider-Man.
Okay, the movie industry is all of a sudden saying, alright, okay, let's take back everything we said negative about Christopher Nolan now. Now that we found out that Spider-Man 2 was shot on 70 millimeter. Okay, I take back everything I said about Christopher Nolan right now. Christopher
Okay,
Nolan,
alright.
Christopher Nolan was right, okay? Now that I found out that
Maybe he was right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
the coronavirus was a good idea, according to Christopher Nolan.
God. But like, so the editing again is an issue. Just to reiterate, so I can get my place where I was.
Yeah.
The editing is an issue in that like it doesn't give you enough time to wrap your mind around the concept, and the thing is because of the plot itself, they can't exactly give it to you in one sitting where you can have time to kind of understand the concept, like with Inception, because they had a good like 30 minutes to give you everything, explain it, have the characters talk you through it, and then you get everything, and so then you can just enjoy the rest of the movie. And here they're you kind of have to enjoy the movie while also trying to understand the movie when they're explaining it to you. But the thing is, the characters explain it kind of quickly, and so you're not like, you can kind of get some things like the whole inverted entries, just accept it, time travel is a thing, and you can kind of understand that, accept it, but seeing it in motion and trying to understand the concepts is a lot harder, especially with the pincer movement that happens at the end. Is also an issue, and also with like when they go back and it's just like you have multiple things happening at once. It kind of also like Kat is also like doing a thing with Seder, they're doing the pincer movement over there, and it's just like it's kind of hard to kind of wrap your mind around the timetable of this too.
Yeah.
That's an issue, but also I think Nolan learned his lesson from Interstellar. If you recall in Interstellar, Anne Hathaway, like, I understand why he does it, and I understand, like, I get it, because like Anne Hathaway has that whole speech about love and how love is the greatest force humanity can ever have, and like it's something I agree with, but having it explained to you in such a way where to have Anne Hathaway just kind of say this to you, it's like it's very in your face, and it feels like. It feels really forced, in a movie about, like, it felt like if it was demonstrated to action, it would have been a lot better, or in some other way. I can't exactly say with that movie.
Yeah. And
so it's like, it feels like they really had that. Like, the thing is, it feels like he understood that, and then in Tenet, when he quickly, like, at the end of the movie, and they quickly have this, and I'm like, I guess, and it's also really quick, the cutting between the two characters, but like Seder and the protagonist have a conversation about why are you doing this, and then, oh yeah, we ruined the future. It's like they're just doing what they can to survive by destroying us in order to save themselves.
Yeah.
And then and that kind of stuff is like, but you're a madman, free will and stuff like that, and it's just like, yeah, it's like, the thing is, it's like. It's the same thing with the Anne Hathaway thing. Like, he wants to impress this thing, this lesson upon us. Like, and I get it, but instead of taking his time like he did in Interstellar, he's having it done really, really quickly. So we don't criticize it. It felt like that was a thing. But like, okay, so those were the negatives. But the thing is, they don't really detract from this movie too much if you get subtitles, if you sit on your first viewing, if you just sit to enjoy it, and if you accept that,
that's like from the comfort of your own home on a chair, right?
Exactly, yeah. But if you just kind of accept that, I'm gonna be confused, and that's okay. This movie is fine, dude. This movie is fine. Like, it's not my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. Yeah. I think so far that's either I want to say it's either Inception or the Dark Knight trilogy. Or specifically the Dark Knight.
Hey, I will give you my opinion on Inception when I finish the movie. All right.
Fair enough. Oh, actually, no. The Prestige is actually really fucking good. Prestige is actually really fucking good. Yeah. But that's probably gonna be my top one favorite, actually. Second Dark Knight, Inception third. Yeah. But the thing is, it's a good movie. It's just, it has problems that kind of detract from it. Mainly, again, what I stated before. But you kind of have to accept that, and accept you'll be confused. Get some subtitles for this, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's like because
I
otherwise
think this movie
everything
is
else is
definitely a movie where you
great.
definitely have to watch it twice to actually understand everything about this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, besides that, it's just like, it's a good movie. It's like the acting is fine, Like I especially loved like John David and Washington's performance and Robert Pattinson. I mean the
Yes,
whole
exactly. Yes. Yes,
oh
I've
my
been
god,
here.
the
I was
whole
there for that last 30 seconds, that last 10 seconds as you were
yeah.
ranting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like the whole drama between Kat and Seder, the whole family drama that they have here, or the marital dispute, as you could say, it's decent, but I'm having more fun with the concept of things, and they kind of serve a purpose. There is a plot hole that I feel like they didn't explain, like because the thing is Kat kills Seder, but Seder is like has a dead man switch, and so I'm trying to understand how did the dead man switch not work. I don't know if maybe I'm missing something. I maybe have to just watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
That was an issue I had, but otherwise it's fine. The movie's fun, and it's just like you kind of have to accept. There are some failings with it, but that's okay. And they don't really detract from the fun experience of it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's a solid maybe 7 or 8. More
Yeah.
8 than 7. It's just because it's a little confusing and stuff, and the other issues, as I said before.
Yeah.
So definitely worth watching. Definitely not worth watching during a pandemic. I will tell you this. Okay, nothing is worth your life, people.
Don't
Especially not for Vampire Nolan.
After the Vampire War ended and Warner Bros. Put this movie back in theater, we'll all probably go watch it and then get attacked by vampires in the movie theater. By the way.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Oh man, I have a headache though.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
Lord.
But I do like the style of this movie. Everything in this movie is shot very well, obviously, because it's a Christopher Nolan
Dude,
movie. Every shot
Austin,
is amazing.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I swear, you and me, like, Joseph didn't notice it because he was watching with me too, but there are so many aspect ratio changes in this movie.
Yeah.
There are so much. Like, it used to be not so much before, but it's a lot in here. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's just, it goes from 69 to like the full aspect ratio. I'm like,
Hold
oh
on,
my god.
maybe we're missing something with the. Maybe was supposed to be a sign, right? Maybe when they're in widescreen, they're in normal time, but when they're in letterbox, they're in backwards time. Did we ever consider that?
First of all, I would have loved that if they did that, but the thing is, they didn't.
They did. I know, that's the worst part too. It would be amazing they did that to see anyone fucking caught on. It really is, yeah. Now that you bring up the aspect, I forgot to bring that up, but it is really weird how the aspect ratio of this movie kept changing, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Nolan, like, I know you like these aspect ratios, but you need to just choose one and stick with it.
No,
I understand the need to change it at points, but it's a lot here, man. You need to choose a camera aspect and stick with it.
The problem is we're supposed to be experiencing this movie in IMAX after paying $30 for an IMAX ticket, okay?
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. We're not watching this on an IMAX screen as Christopher Nolan sits at home counting the money from his ticket sales. Like, oh yes, watch this movie in IMAX, as he said. Sitting on his chair made out of money.
God.
An IMAX camera. His chair is just made out of IMAX camera, right? That's what it is. It's just a bunch of IMAX cameras stacked on together.
They're all 70mm cameras or whatever.
Yeah, and then he put a pillows on the bottom so he could sit down. That's it.
No, he sits just like the kings in Game of Thrones, man. It's not easy being a director, Austin.
What the fuck is the 800? Is that? Oh, is this what was?
But yeah, do you have anything else to say? Because I said all I've said.
What else? Okay, movie shot well. Yeah, movie is confusing, right? If you're trying to watch this as a movie, you're probably not gonna say like you just definitely have to. You need a second take. A double take to watch
a second
in order
viewing.
to fully understand everything that happens within. Hold on. I need to throw away this trash. Oh, I actually made it. To my trash can. Oh fuck!
Nice.
I inverted that into my trash can through time.
You see, that's the thing. This shows you're the protagonist, Austin.
I am the protagonist, alright?
You're the protagonist.
Besides so much shit talking about Christopher Nolan throughout this time, I really did like this movie and everything, right? The filming and everything, like I don't think there's really any bad shot. Like every shot looks like a yeah. I'll frame that. I'll frame that shot. You know.
Yeah,
right?
It's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything is like this is what happens when you have a real budget to when you have a real budget and you're Christopher Nolan. You'd be like, yeah, and you tell Warner Bros to build you a hangar to destroy and to buy an actual plane to destroy as well. Like, yeah, fuck it. Well, what are you gonna do, Warner Bros? What are you gonna do? You can't stop me. Nothing can stop me. Nothing except a pandemic. That's the only thing that's my weakness.
Oh my god! Don't worry, you're gonna go back in time, kill Hitler, and stop Nolan's ultimate plan of people standing up for all eternity.
Yeah, that's right. I will free us. I will free us from standing up. All right. Soon we will sit. Instead of rising up, we will just rise down. Society will rise down, William. Soon we will be free of the tyranny of Christopher Nolan.
Oh my god! Oh no!
We will no longer have to rise up. People can finally enjoy their comfort and rise down.
Oh my god! I'm so done. I'm so done right now.
I hate that joke I just made.
Oh, no.
Fuck! I really hate that.
We really made some lore here today, Austin.
Yeah, there's a big plot circle that's going on right now with us. All right, like there's a lot of stuff happening within our fictional movie talking universe, right? I mean, there's a lot that's going on right now.
There really is. There's so much
fuck. Oh fuck! I think what I was talking about too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just you. What else you had to say? But
that's right. Yeah, the movie was good. I guess I really fucking confusing if you weren't paying attention to what the fuck was going on. Because I was like, yeah, because I really didn't understand. Like, I was like, I just enjoy all what's happening. This is all great stuff, right? I just call it a day, enjoy all this stuff, all this fucking movie. You know, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I do like how stuff were done. You know. Like I'm scrolling down and rewatching the scenes again, right? I'm just as I have my HBO Max open up, enjoying my HBO Max, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I do like how stuff reworks itself back into the plot, like the whole when they go through the plane thing again and they fight themselves, you know, like it's like oh that's how it all worked out, you know? Ooh, well that's crazy. That's crazy. All this weird fucking time travel stuff that makes no sense. But still doesn't make sense unless you're Christopher Nolan watching this on an IMAX screen, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. God.
Yeah, I do. Like it was, and I did. Let's see what else I liked. Yeah, like I said, the action of this movie was really cool. I did like all the fucking weird reverse time because there were times I was trying to figure. All right, when the fuck did they? How did they film this? Right? Like I was thinking, like, did they actually like? Because you know when it turns when you edit, you can edit a film, right? You can reverse footage, right? I was like, all right, did they reverse this, or did they actually film this footage in without reversing? Like they actually filmed it going the illusion of time moving backwards, right? Like that was there were seasons where I was questioning, all right, like how did they film these scenes, like especially during all these fight sequences, right? I like stuff like effects. Like I said, like yeah, you probably did put effects for all the gunshot and see, but like there was some where they were doing all the action. All right, was this scene filmed in real time backwards, or did they film this and then just reverse the footage to give it the illusion of backwardness? Reverse footage or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's that's definitely something where I need to see the behind the scenes for this, man.
This movie is well shot. I do love all the action scene that's going on and the effects and all that stuff. So it is really cool.
Yep, and I mean definitely agree. But is that it?
I guess that's it. Anything else we have to say?
Guys, don't take your chairs for granted.
Yeah. Enjoy your chairs. All right. Enjoy your chairs.
You might not have them for long.
We live in a chair society, okay? All right. I'm done with this. I'm gonna go to my local IMAX right now. I'm gonna go see where the nearest IMAX theater from my house is now. All right. Coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands. Okay, thanks. Bye.